Welcome to Beaded Doilies by Shell. In this video we are going to be working with the pyramid of our kaleidocycle, and I will be giving you some tips for the seed bead. Now after I finished my faceted bead kaleidocycle, I decided to use seed beads. I started off with my 8/0 seed beads, and I noticed that the pyramid was looser, and I felt this was due to the string, which is more like thread, which with the faceted beads I use monofilament, which is much stiffer. So I didn't worry about it too much with the 8/0 because the pyramid held its shape still just fine. Then I decided to make a pyramid with the 11/0 Delica beads, and when I created it without the support, it actually collapsed the pyramid. So this is why I am going to show you how to add support in the corners so that, as you can see here, your pyramid will then hold its shape. So here, first what you're going to do is the pyramids are laid out two different ways, so depending on which one you are doing, you're going to want to watch either part 12 or part 13. And you'll want to watch the first 11 minutes and 15 seconds. That will show you how to do the these parts here, and then we'll explain some about folding up your pyramid. Now here, and if you already have a completed pyramid, don't take it apart. In the next video, I will show you how to add the support in the corner of a completed pyramid. So here we want to fold up our pyramid. So we'll bring up one corner, then the next, and then we'll fold this over. And where we want to start is with the two that are loose and haven't been connected yet. So we're going to start this side. Now if you're doing the 8/0 size, you'll want about 2.5 feet of string for this, because you're going to do a side, corner, another side, and another corner. So just like you did with all these other sides, you will first add a bead to your string. Then you will go through 2 beads on each side that you are connecting together. And this process is exactly the same process you use to sew all your other large triangles together. And we will cross a black. I should just call it connection bead because you may be using a different color. And then we go through the next 2. And then cross another connection bead. And then the next 2 beads on each side. And cross a bead. And you want to make sure to keep bringing your strings together so you keep your 2 strings about the same length. to the last two on this side, so we will add our last connection bead for this part, and then we will begin the support. Alright, now I'm going to compare this corner here with my graph here so you can see what we're doing. This bead here with our string coming out is the one with the X. Then we have 3 beads on top of our large pyramid here. 1, 2, 3. 3 beads on this one. 1, 2, 3. And 3 beads over here. That's 3 over here. Then we have 3 beads for our support. Each one has 3, so these ones are kind of purplish here. And then this bead here is this one, and like I said, this is this one, and then this one with the X is our missing bead over here because we haven't started this one yet. So this one we will actually add as we do the support here. So that's where we are now. The first step is to go through the first side beads on our large triangles and then into the support bead next to it. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So we want this first bead on the large triangle, and then we turn in and we go through that first support bead right there. And then on the other side we do the first bead on our large triangle, and then we go through that first support bead. Pull our string through, and then here we are going to cross our first pyramid support bead. So I'm going to use white for that so you can see it different from all the other colors, and bring it down, and there it is, making a nice circle of 6 beads there. Now the next step is to take one string, we're going to use this one on this side, and we're going to go through that front support bead here, then we're going to add a bead, and then this is the front, so we want the side support bead closest to where our string is working. And then we're going to go through the triangle bead here, then that connection bead here, and then the large triangle bead on the other side of it. So that's the large triangle top bead here, followed by the connection bead, and then the large triangle bead on this side. And then the last bead we want to go through is this support bead, the third one from the one on the support we've been working off of mostly. Alright, then to finish that off, we're going to go through that bead we just added one more time. So the white bead or pyramid support bead that you've added, you'll go through. Okay, now we're going to repeat the process on the other side. So we have it coming out of the first pyramid connection bead we added, so we're going to go through that support bead that is sticking out, and then we're going to add our bead, And then we want the inner, or well, the support bead closest to this side you want to go through. Kind of hard to explain which bead we want. Sorry about that. And then we're going to go through the pyramid top bead, this one here. And then we're at the point where we need to add that black support bead that goes in between these two triangles, sorry. And then we do the top bead of this triangle on this side. And then we go through that support bead that's closest to the one we just went through. And then we go through that pyramid support bead we just added. Oh wait, that's in the next. Yeah. Actually, we're going to do more. We're going to go through it. And the support bead next to it. So we're pretty much going back around to this bead we just added down the side, because we're going to sew this up next. So you're just going back around that circle you just made. Get my string to go in there. There we go. It's caught on another bead. Ah, there we go. And then we want to end with this bead we just added here. As like I said, next step will be to sew up this side. So that finishes off that string, and now we need to bring the other string, the red here, around so that it is joining it. So to do so, we need that center support bead of these three. We want to go through the center one. Then we want to go through the white, or the pyramid support bead that we have added here. Then we want to go this direction, so we're going to go through this side support bead and the top of the large triangle. Doesn't want to go in there. Oh, there it goes. And then the bead at the top of the large triangle. And we end by going in the black bead in the opposite direction of the other string. So your strings should each be on one side of the black bead. And there you have added support for the first corner. Now I'm going to let you sew up this side, and in the next video I'm going to show you the second corner. So this side is just the same. You'll go through 2 beads, add one of your connection beads, then 2 connection, 2 connection, and I will hopefully see you in the next video for the second corner. Happy beading!